Welcome sa Tinatagong Kasaysayan, kung saan sabay-sabay nating makikita ang mga liham at dokumento na lingid sa ating kaalaman ay humubog sa ating kasaysayan. Naging matunog kamakailan lang ang kontrobersyal na trailer ng Made in Malacanang, kung saan makikita ang isang babaeng nakadilaw na may kausap sa telepono at nagsabing, "Get them out of the Philippines." Maraming nag-isip na ito daw ay isang totoong eksena nang magtago si Cory Aquino sa isang kumbento sa Cebu noong kasagsagan ng EDSA Revolution. At ipinag-utos niya kay Ambassador Bosworth na pwersahang dalhin sa Hawaii si dating Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Sr. at ang kanyang pamilya. Naging malaking issue ito lalo na nang may kumalat na fact-check ng interaksyon laban dito. Ang fact-check na nakuha sa Chris Aquino World ay nagpapakita ng isang dating justice ng Korte Suprema na nagsabing sila ang nag-udyok kay Cory Aquino na paalisin si Ferdinand Marcos Sr. Ayon kay Cecilia Muñoz Palma, kauna-unahang babaeng Supreme Court Associate Justice, "On Tuesday evening, I was with Cory in the home of her sister, Josephine Reyes. There, Cory received the phone call from U.S. Ambassador Bosworth, telling her that Marcos was ready to leave but was asking to stay for at least 2 days in Paway, his home in the north. Cory's initial reaction was, 'Poor man, let us give him 2 days.' But we did not agree with that idea. We thought that given the chance, Marcos may regroup his forces or extend his stay indefinitely." Cory then asked Ambassador Bosworth to say that she could not grant the request. Marcos should just leave the country. When Ambassador Bosworth called her back, it was to say that Marcos had left. Cool as always, Cory turned to us after she put the phone down. She said simply, "Marcos has left." She said it as if it was the most ordinary thing. We all shouted jubilantly. Cory did not. Pero lingid sa ating kaalaman, meron isang radio interview ng Radyo Veritas noong Pebrero 21, 1988. 2 taon sa administrasyong Cory Aquino, kung saan siya mismo ang umako sa planong pagpapalayas kay President Ferdinand Marcos noong 1986. Ito ang isang parte ng interview na yun. Translation of excerpt of Radio Veritas interview of Corazon Aquino on February 21, 1988. "Frankie, you know, friends, those who are listening from the provinces for the first time, you have heard our president on her recounting of what transpired during the EDSA Revolution. And this too is amusing for us at Radio Veritas because the only news we receive about you were only hearsay. And we really did not know who were the people talking around you who officiated at the Club Filipino oath-taking." Response ni President Corazon Aquino: "Well, Neptali was the MC. And the funny thing at Club Filipino was that Neptali wanted to acknowledge everyone who was there. Napkins were used to write the names and they were passing them around. In fact, an incredible list of stars was being passed to Neptali. And it was really crowded at Club Filipino. They even told me that Marcos also took his oath-taking. We went to Wakwak after I came from the Manila Memorial, and after that, Nene Pimentel, Neptali, and others also came over. We were already thinking about the cabinet. That evening, I asked Joker Arroyo to be the executive secretary. I also asked Jimmy Ongpin to be the secretary of finance. And earlier, Doy and I agreed that he would be both prime minister and secretary of foreign affairs. Johnny, of course, was already in place, so was Eddie Ramos. So that night, we had so many meetings. And then Ambassador Bosworth called me. He said that the Marcoses would be leaving and they would be flown to Clark. When they reached Clark, Ambassador Bosworth again called me and said, would it be possible for the Marcoses to stay overnight in Clark? So I said, is he in a very weak condition? Bosworth said maybe he needs to rest and he is asking me if he can fly to Ilocos Norte. And I said, why? Is it because he is in danger of dying? And Bosworth said, "No, but he would just like to rest there." I said, "No, he can rest in Clark, but he has to leave first thing in the morning." And so that was the agreement, and that was why Marcos and his family flew the next day to Honolulu. Isa pang dokumentong nanggangalang Investigation of the Costs Involved in Moving Former President Marcos and His Party from Manila to Hawaii ng Committee of Armed Services, House of Representatives 99th Congress, makikita na ipinag-utos mismo ni Cory Aquino kay former US Ambassador Bosworth na paalisin si Marcos at dalhin sa ibang bansa. The party arrived at Clark after sunset, making it impossible to leave for the Lawag Airport in Ilocos Norte because the airport did not have runway lights. The plan was to leave for Lawag at 10 at Clark Air Force Base. The new President Corazon Aquino advised Ambassador Bosworth that she wanted former President Marcos out of the Philippines. Ano sa palagay nyo ang tunay na naganap? Si Cory nga ba talaga ang nag-utos na ipalaya sila dating Presidente Ferdinand Marcos at ang kanyang pamilya? O naudyukan lang siya ng kanyang mga kasama?